The young man accepted the offer without asking questions. All he had to do was to deliver a backpack across town and he would be paid US $500. Piece of cake, he thought, imagining how the money could help his struggling parents. On his way to pick up the package, doubt crept in. What if it's drugs? What would my parents say? What would my friends at church think? By the time he reached the house, he had decided to refuse the job. A young woman greeted him and invited him inside, saying her father would return shortly. What began as a casual conversation quickly turned flirtatious. Distracted, he forgot why he had come. When the father arrived, the truth came out. He was a drug dealer, but the conversation had shifted. This was no longer a delivery with a smile. The man welcomed him into the family, not as a son, but as a son in law. There was no easy way out. The story reveals a sobering truth. When we forget our identity, compromise becomes easier to accept. The young man did not intend to abandon his faith or virtues. His mistake began earlier. He delayed obedience and stayed silent, assuming he could decide later. Scripture reminds us, James 1:14 to 15, each person is tempted when they are dragged away by their own evil desire and enticed. Temptation rarely starts with the obvious evil. Often it begins with good intentions and subtle distractions. By the time we realize what is happening, we may already be entangled. Living out our Christian identity means choosing faithfulness in the moment of decision, not after. As children of God, we are called to reflect Christ in everyday choices, not only in safe or familiar spaces. Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." We are not just saved from something, but we are saved for something, and that our identity must guide our choices every day.
I was made in His image.